Now you branched out to Sudbury.
Yes, so I've added a new market to the list of markets that I'm offering investors,
Right.
that I'm bringing on board, and that's because I've had demand from younger people who don't really have the capital, and I wanted something to offer to them.
So it's more affordable.
It's more affordable, but so this is the thing. A lot of the older investors that I talk to, and a lot of the kind of older JV partners that I'm trying to bring on board, are less interested in the cash flow, more interested in the asset, right? And they see growth in the asset, they see long-term prospects and long-term growth in Hamilton, and so that's what I'm selling them, right, for those Hamilton purchases. But for a lot of the younger investors that I have, those that are in their mid-20s to early 30s, they're interested in cash flow, and they're interested in something that they can afford. At the end of the day, most of them, unless I bring on a group of them, can't afford a Hamilton property. Just the way it is. I mean, they can't. They may, even if they have the down payment, some of them can't even afford the mortgage, and so it was a struggle for the longest time to try and bring people on board. And so I wanted something to offer people who were coming to me and being like, I don't want to lend my money. I want to buy something, and I want you to help. And so I moved to Sudbury because I really like the market and the economics behind that market. And so I kind of took the first stab at it. I purchased 2 places relatively quickly there, and kind of tried to iron out the difficulties for myself first, so that when I brought investors on board, I could confidently say I have a system in place. And so that's kind of where I'm slowly starting to bring more and more people now. I'm recircling back to people who have kind of expressed interest in doing joint ventures with me, and so I have some opportunities coming up with some other joint venture partners that I'm trying to bring on board that are kind of in their mid-30s who don't have that down payment for a Hamilton purchase.
How long have you been in Sudbury?
I've been investing in Sudbury for 6 months now. 6 months now. I've been watching it probably since for maybe 10 months.
Right.
But really invested for 6 months.
Before we were recording, we were talking about some of the economic fundamentals of Sudbury.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's almost like it's more of a nickel play than a real estate play.
it is largely a nickel play.
Right. Do you know how much of the town is dependent on nickel mining?
So there's 3 industries in Sudbury. There's health, government jobs.
Seems to always be that way.
Yeah, health and government jobs are the 2 primary ones. And then nickel is kind of the third commercial economic employer.
Got it.
And so
sorry, health and government are employ more people than nickel?
Yeah, up there.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I may have I don't think I have my statistics wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the statistic. Yeah.
And then what's the strategy for Sudbury?
So similar strategy to what I do in the Hamilton market. I just take a different approach. So there's a lot of rougher areas in the Sudbury market, and I'm not necessarily going there for the cheap prices. And so how I tend to lean in that market, because there's a distance associated with it, and well, even with my Hamilton properties, but in general, I like to invest in high quality, like A+ type areas. So purchasing a undervalued house in a good area that I can then renovate and get high quality tenants. For me, high quality tenants has been the primary focus. So you could buy houses for in the 200s or the low 200s in Sudbury if you wanted to, right? But where's the area? How much issues are you going to have with that area? How much turnover are you going to have there? How much headaches stress is that going to cause?
Yeah.
So as much as the returns may look phenomenal because you have so little invested in a house like that, the headaches that it can cause and the amount of time that you have to put into it just to be able to manage it. I don't manage it per se, but managing just the emotions of having to deal with evictions and all this other stuff, drugs and whatnot around the facilities, is not worth it to me. And so for my investors, the idea is I go to high quality areas, and I'm trying to get those the government workers. I'm trying to get that are maybe on that are on contract. I'm trying to get the doctors and nurses that are there for educational purposes, so like the doctor and the nursing students and the residents and all those people. I'm trying to get the managers of the mines and stuff like that, and not necessarily the blue collar worker, if you will, or the kind of lower end on the economic scale. And so that's the trend. That's how I have been investing in the Sudbury area.
Pardon my ignorance. Is there a university up there?
There is, yes.
What's it called?
Oh, Laurentian? Is that right?
It's North Ontario.
That sounds right.
Lawrence, yeah, that one. Yeah.
Laurentian University? I feel like saying
Laurentian.
college.
There is
Laurentian.
I think it's Laurentian. I may be wrong on that. No, I'm almost 90% sure it's Laurentian.
And how's it working? How's it been working out?
It's been working out phenomenally. I can't complain. We're in the midst of the second renovation right now, but the first one has worked out beautifully. Tenants we're dealing with, but the phenomenal rents, phenomenal income from those properties, and I have so little invested. I'm basically tripling my money every year. The money that I have invested.
Fantastic.
Right?
And so you live in the GTA?
Yep.
How long does it take to get there?
It takes me 4 hours to get there.
Each way. You should carpool with Joel.
Joel has family up in that direction, right?
North Bay area.
Yeah.
I always mix the two up. I'm sorry. They're both 4 hours away, so they gotta be next to each other, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
And there's a huge difference actually between the two.
Yeah, is Sudbury west?
North Bay. What am I thinking? I'm not thinking Thunder Bay. North Bay is before Sudbury, but it's roughly the same distance away.
Yeah, you guys can carpool.
Just split right at the.
Oh, throw them a couple bucks and you can check on your stuff for you. 4 hours drive each way. And then how often do you have to go up there?
I go up there relatively frequently at the beginning, and because I'm trying to build out a team out there. And so I'm working with contractors who haven't done duplex renovations before, and that's where I'm kind of able to get a lot of my value add to those plays out there. Is I understand what the bylaws are. I understand what the OBC is, the Ontario Building Code. I understand how duplexes are supposed to be built. Mm-hmm. Based on my experience in Hamilton, I understand the construction methodology throughout the entire process. And so I go out there, and essentially bi-weekly I go out and I'm updating them and training them on how to actually do this, because I want to build a system and build a team out there where I know when I get something, I hand it off to the team and the team takes care of it. And so I'm slowly not going up as much. Now I go up once a month, but at the first beginning stages I was going up once every other week, and I was getting sent photos every 3 days. And I would update them based on the photos. And so it's taken some time to train the team to do what I want them to do. But it's a process that I'm willing to invest in because I know it'll pay off in the long run.